Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you to the 360 training call tonight. Tonight we have a special guest. It is Sapphire Ambassador Sonia Maddie. We are so excited that she is here. Sonia and I had the opportunity to meet each other on the Silver Star trip that I won in October, and we went on that trip in December, and Sonia was a guest of Kimberly Martin. Right, that's right. I want to make sure I said that right. So I can see it. She came as a guest, and so it was really neat for us to meet up and meet new people with Plexus. And if you're not familiar with the Silver Stars trip, you can go to the Plexus Worldwide YouTube channel and search for Plexus Stars. Not Plexus Stars, Plexus Silver Stars. And you can find several videos on what the Silver Stars trip is. I highly recommend everyone to shoot for that in your Plexus journey. I know it was on my bucket list of things I wanted to accomplish throughout my ambassadorship with Plexus, and so that was one of the things I got to accomplish. So anyways, I'm going to turn it over to Sonia. She's going to introduce herself, share a little bit about herself, and then she's going to get right into the meat of the call tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Absolute honor to be on here with you guys. And I told Shannon, I said, you look all beautiful. I said, my team is used to be being in a baseball cap, and we just had practice, and it was supposed to rain, and lightning horns went off, and we had to leave. So,
oh my gosh,
you're getting me just like my team gets me in my baseball cap.
So, we take it all, whatever.
Thank you. But anyway, my story, I have actually been in the health and fitness industry for, gosh, coming up now, it's about 23 years. Personal trainer, fitness instructor, gym manager. You know, I did, a little bit of everything. I was not looking for anything. I had been seeing Plexus show up in my news feed, and I was like, yeah, right, whatever. And I scrolled on past it, just like a lot of you probably did as well. And what changed me, I'm one of those crazy people. Trainers make the most money when everybody's asleep. And so I taught boot camp at 5:15 and 6 a.m. 5 days a week. And so I'm a mom of two boys. I was getting up early. If they're up at 3 a.m., it doesn't matter. Mom is still up at 4:30 to be at the gym. So, it could be rough. But with that, one of my longtime clients, she had a couple of different health issues, and she would be so fatigued. There would be times that, by 6:15, she's having to sit down and take a break. She couldn't even finish the workout. And she had been doing boot camps with me about a year. Well, she started drinking the pink stuff, and I didn't know about it. And by then, I'd seen a couple of friends post about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. And Kimberly Martin, who's my sponsor, had actually messaged me about it, and I kind of blew her off because I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we weighed in every single Monday with my boot camp. So we did the first weigh-in, and my client had lost a pound. I'm pretty impressed. She hadn't lost a pound in a year. Next Monday, she had lost another pound. I was really impressed. The next Monday, she had lost 2 pounds, and I put my pad down, and I said, are you drinking that pink stuff? And she was like, oh, my gosh, yes. Now she's an ambassador. Trust me, she wishes she wouldn't have been an ambassador back then. And I said, well, can I buy it from you? And she said, no. I'm a customer, but there's a lot of other people that sell it. And I said, well, if you sell it, I'll get it from you. And she said, no, I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. And so I came home that day, and Kimberly had posted on Facebook that she lost 10 pounds. And I sent Kimberly a message. I said, I need to buy some 3-day packs from you. And sadly, me and my client that actually first told me about Facebook on Facebook signed up the exact same day. And had she done it a day earlier, I'd be on her team.
And here you're a Sapphire Ambassador. If you would have signed up under her, oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Bless her heart. I love her dearly. I see her all the time, and I know she still says, man, if I'd have just quit being indecisive and paid my $34.95. So that is a little lesson you can tell any of your friends. You can use my story that I'm now Sapphire, and the girl that first introduced me to Plexus was trying to decide if she wanted to do it, so I signed under somebody else.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, long story short, but like I said, I've been working out, teaching, and training a long time. I really didn't think I needed Plexus myself. I did try that 3-day sample pack, and I loved it. I felt great. As I kind of told you, my sleeping schedule, sugar-free Red Bull was my friend. I was drinking sugar-free Red Bull at least. I'd never drank more than one a day, but probably 3 or 4 days a week. About mid-afternoon, I'm having, a sugar-free Red Bull because my kids had soccer and, whatever going on at night. You still got to be a mom, even if it's early. But after a couple of days, I tried the Slim and Accelerator 3-day pack, loved it. called Kimberly and said I need another one. We were doing drug deals at the school because she worked in the front office, and I would park in the parent pickup line and run in, and I didn't want her to get in trouble, so I'm like passing money under the counter, and she's like handing it over real quick because I didn't know that she could be selling it at school.
Right.
And she has since been able to retire her job, and she is now full-time Plexus.
That's awesome.
But and so and then I got 2 3-day packs the second time, and I pulled back through our neighborhood, and I texted one of my good friends and said, "Have you heard of Plexus?" And she said, "No." And she said, "Well, please tell me it's a magic skinny pill." And I said, "Well, not quite, but it might be. I want you to try it and tell me what you think." And so I threw her a 3-day pack and had her try it as well. And she just went emerald last month.
Oh, wow.
And I gave that sample too. So,
awesome.
Like personally, I wasn't looking for it. Now, obviously, I'm a total Plexus addict. I've been drinking my Slim every day since October 2nd, 2013. That's actually, when I signed up.
Right.
I'm on the triplex. I'm looking at my collection over there. I'm 11 Mega X. Take 2 of those at night, my sleep.
Oh my
gosh, if you're not a Mega X, guys, got to get it. Love the Mega X. I've still got some 96. So I've been doing the 96 shakes, getting ready for Maui.
Right.
And then the Eve is great because 23 years of teaching, I've got a hip that sometimes gets a little funky. So I love the Ease cream and then taking the Ease for inflammation. So I pretty much use almost, all the products on days I need a little kick of energy. I pop an accelerator here or there if I need a little caffeine. So, but my sugar-free Red Bull habits are gone. I have more control over my eating than ever. There's desserts all over my house Friday night, and I wouldn't eat them, and everybody's getting mad. And I'm like, I don't want that stuff, guys. Go for it. So
I know. Anyway. I will even say that when we went on the Silver Stars trip and we were at dinner, she did not have dessert.
That's true. I did not have dessert. I just don't want, I put all these calories and junk in if I'm not craving it. So anyway.
Right.
But that's pretty much my background. And then as Shannon said, I actually did go Sapphire last month and had 2 of my level 1s go Emerald the same month. So it was just
so awesome. That's a great month when it all happens like that.
Yes, it was incredible.
Exciting. Yeah.
But what Shannon asked me to talk to you guys about today is kind of attitude and action, and how excuses, your attitude, and your actions can really impact your business. So being a personal trainer, I've always kind of been the motivator. When people didn't feel like doing that last rep, I'm making them do it. I'm calling my clients, telling them to get out of bed and get to the gym. So this kind of just fell right into my lap as far as helping people and what I enjoy doing. But the way I tell my team, you're going to get out of Plexus exactly what you put into it. An example I used was the gym. You can buy a gym membership. If you go once a week and you walk slow on the treadmill for 15 minutes and go home, you're not going to get any changes.
Right.
But if you're going to the gym, 5 times a week, you're going in, you're working out hard, you're leaving dripping with sweat, you're going to get some results. So your success is a direct result of your actions, of what you put into it. It's just like, people can be ambassadors with Plexus. Some are going to go to the top, some aren't. And it's your actions or what's going to make that change. One of my favorite quotes is, God did not put us here to be mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
He put us here to do something. And if you're a parent, think about your kids. Mediocre would be a C. You don't ever tell your kids, go to school, and if you get straight C's, I'm going to be so proud of you. I mean, C's are not awful, but you're telling them to strive for their best. You want your kid, you're saying go to school, try to make an A. Kind of the same thing with this business. You shouldn't go into this saying, well, I hope it's going to work. I'm going to try. You go into this saying, I'm going to do my best and I'm going to give it 100%. What your mental, the way you mentally look at it makes a big, big difference.
I think that's awesome and true, because when I started Plexus up until, probably the first 6 or 7 months, my mentality was that way. It was like, well, I'll see what it does. Maybe it'll do something, maybe it won't. But once I made that decision and I started applying myself and actually putting action to my words and to my thoughts, that's when my business actually started taking off. When I stopped just sitting back and letting it happen. People misuse the word organic sometimes. They're like, oh, I'm just letting it happen organically. Yeah. Hey, I am all for it happening organically, but you got to work too. How do you think organic stuff is grown? Because somebody works to get it done.
Exactly. Exactly. And then I tell my team too, you've really got to turn your negatives into positives. Like one of the common excuses I hear, I don't have enough time. I'm too busy. My kids have this, my kids have that. And I've got one that's I've got a lot of ambassadors on my team that have a whole lot of kids. And I'm like, guys, quit making the excuses. If you got this going, you could quit your other job. Your income from Plexus could put your children through college.
Right.
You've got to look at the big picture. Football practice, I've got on a Plexus hat or a Plexus shirt. I actually brought a 3-day sample pack to another mom who I just became Facebook friends, expanding my network with. She sent me a message this morning. She said, how do I get a sample of this pink stuff? I'm like, you asked me for it. And she said, well, I'm asking. And so I asked her, the common questions. And at the ball field tonight, I brought her a sample pack and got it to her. So you've got to really branch out and network. If you're active with your kids, that's great because you're meeting all kinds of new people. I've been a room mom every year since kindergarten. Now my boys are 3rd and 4th grade. I'm sending out those room mom emails. Guess what the little signature is on the bottom of those emails? It's Plexus because
that's mine too.
Exactly. So I'm not, granted, I'm not room mom, so I can do that. I was room mom way before Plexus ever came in the picture, but you just never, you just never know.
Right.
Another excuse that I've heard, negatives into positives is, well, I don't have a computer. I've got a senior gold on my team, and I met her last year at Leaders Retreat. She had literally been in the business. She started in June and earned Leaders Retreat in October. She was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant 3 days after she signed up as an ambassador. And when I met her at Leaders Retreat, I found out she had built her whole business from her phone. She did not have a computer. She did everything from her iPhone.
Right.
And that's when we had a big iPad promotion, and then she worked her butt off and she earned the iPad. And
right. No doubt. I bet that was motivation.
Yes, it was. She works on business from her iPad and her phone. But that was, again, no excuses. She didn't say, oh, I just have a phone. I can't copy and paste. She figured out,
made it work.
And she made it happen. And then like the no one is interested, I'm just going to give up. And this is what I tell people. I have been doing Plexus since October 2nd. Last month, I enrolled, some new ambassadors that had never even asked me about Plexus or commented on a Plexus post ever, ever, ever. Wow. The people are watching you.
They are.
And even your non-Plexus posts, like my little boys are hilarious, and I will post something on Facebook that my kids do. And then the next day, somebody will say, oh my gosh, I read that post about your kids. That was so funny. And I go back and look, and they didn't like the post, but they read it. So that's just more, proof. People are watching. They are seeing everything you do, whether you think that they are or not. And one of my favorites is, my husband doesn't want me to do it. My mom said it's a scam. I don't have support at home. I don't know if you guys saw this, but about a year ago, there was an interview with Celeste Gwynn. And in that interview, they were asking her about support. And of course, her husband is extremely supportive. But she said her in-laws didn't even acknowledge really the fact that she did Plexus, and they needed the products, but they didn't take them. And they basically, this is Celeste Gwynn. Right. Her in-laws did not even acknowledge her business or how successful she was with Plexus or take the products. Right. So what if you said, oh, my in-laws don't approve, I'm not going to do this? No. And to me, turn it into a positive. It's motivation. If somebody gives me some negative that I can't do something, well, my golly, I'm going to go out and I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to
do it anyways.
Exactly. So turn any negatives you've got, into a positive. And make it work in your benefit. You can't, if you let negatives pull you down, that's what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. There's a good saying, it's a lot easier to be pulled down than for somebody to lift you up. So what you've got to do, especially if you've got a team, you've got to be the person that lifts up. You can never, if you have a bad day, don't go to your team. Don't go to your level ones and say, oh my gosh, I lost a customer, I lost an ambassador. Because you know what? Now, boom, you've dropped them down. And guess what? You're going to go to their level one and say, Sonia lost a customer, Sonia lost an ambassador. Boom, it's going to trickle down. And your whole team has gone from happy to boom, 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 boom.
Right.
So if something negative happens and you need to vent to your upline. Never bring it down. Because when my team comes to me negative, I nip that in the butt real fast, and we swap it around, and they're happy by the time I finish talking.
That's right, exactly.
We've got no time.
We've got no time for negative.
None at all. So along with that one, you've got to have a great attitude. Yeah. You've got to have passion. You've got to have belief. And you can never take time off. And I actually actually got this from another training, and taking time off can literally put you back where you started.
Oh.
I've seen ambassadors, well, I'm going to take off during the summer and not post. Well, guess what? When you quit posting, your team quits posting. And then when you come back, you've got 10 or 15 ambassadors, if you've got a small team, that have all gone inactive. And guess what? You're starting from scratch. So even if you have a time where you can't give it 100%, you have got to keep doing stuff, because your team is going to duplicate, what they see you doing. If you slack off, so are most of them. You can't stop and go. I know Shannon preaches consistency. We all preach consistency, but you truly do have to be consistent in everything that you're doing. And you have to be self-driven, because you don't have a boss. Some people are successful in the work front because their boss tells them what to do, and they do that in order to keep their job. Well, with Plexus, you've got to dig down deep, and you've got to find that self-motivation, because you don't have a boss that's going to call you up and say, did you do your 2 Facebook posts today? Did you listen to the opportunity call from Wednesday? Did you listen to the Diamond documentary? Did you get on the Zoom we had last night? You're not going to have somebody checking on you. So you really have to do everything yourself. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be a success.
You've got to be proactive. You have to be proactive. Yes. You can't expect, and I think some people come into this business and they come in with the attitude that they think that their sponsor is supposed to do everything for them.
Exactly.
And we're not. It's not. Our job is to give you the tools to be successful, not to do everything for you and to run your business for you. It's your job to run your business. But I'm here to help you and guide you and give you advice on how to do those things. But I can't run your business for you. It's your responsibility.
Exactly. And especially now with these Zooms, the video
calls,
everything we have. When I have an ambassador reach out to me and say, well, I'm not getting any support from my upline.
Right.
One of Eric Worre favorite things he said, lose your sponsor, lose your upline. I love that. I love Kimberly dearly, but I never once depended on her. I took the bull with the horns and I ran with it. I did what needed to be done. And that's what you have to do. It's your business. You can't expect anybody else to run your business for you. You're the only person that can make it happen. And
and I knew that when I first met you. I knew it when I first met you, that you were very self-motivated and driven to do it. Like, you didn't need anybody to, I need her to teach me how to do this or how to do that, or, oh, woe is me. When you meet Sonia Maddie, you do not get that feeling from her at all. When you see her in person, and I'm sure you guys, it's coming across in this call. This woman, if she says she's going to do it, just get out of her way, because it's going to happen. She's going to make it happen regardless. And I'm telling you, she's going to be diamond in no time flat, because I know she has it in her, and I know it's what she wants. I know she's going to be there. So I have no doubt within the next 6 months that I'll see her at diamond. Next year at convention, she'll be on that diamond stage for sure.
I'm working so much. Thank you. But what I say, you've got to draw your line in the sand. You can't look at Plexus as an option. Maybe it's going to work for me. Maybe I'm going to make this happen. You've got to look at this as your only option. If you're not serious with it and you go in kind of with a so what approach, you're going to get so what results. You've got to go in and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a success. And you've got to set small goals. Like when I joined, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to be a diamond. My first goal was silver. And then from silver, it was gold. From gold, it was senior gold. You've got to set baby steps. If your big issue is you're not getting your Facebook post in a day, that might be your goal. You've got to get your Facebook post in. Whatever. Everybody's goals are different, but you need to sit down and look at what your short-term goal is and the actions it's going to take you to get there.
Right.
And that's what's going to help you. Now, attending events is huge. And now, like I said, we didn't have this year ago with these Zooms. Like, I was watching a diamond panel in Nashville on my phone right before I logged in on this. I have a lot of team members in Tennessee and North Alabama that drove up there. Wow. And so I was watching this event from my phone before I jumped on here. So there is no excuses. If you can't physically get to an event, you can watch it at home in your pajamas and your baseball cap. I mean, there's absolutely no excuses. But it also, those opportunity calls that we have, I know Shannon was just featured on one. Those opportunity calls have got so much great information. You've got the business testimonials, you've got the help testimonials, you've got the product information. And that's one thing I really stress with my new team members. You need to listen to those every single Wednesday. Yes. No excuses. The Diamond documentaries. Now you're on Periscope, right? You're on Periscope. I've seen you on. And I'm loving Periscope too. They're periscoping from events now as well. You can sit there and watch it live while you're cooking dinner or fold laundry. I mean, it's fantastic. So, no excuses on events. If you can't physically get to one, there's at least a couple a month that you can watch.
Absolutely.
So definitely do those. But you've got to have the attitude that you're a leader, and then you've got to do the actions to get there. And I love this one. The speed of the boss is the speed of the team. Like I said, if Shannon started slacking off, guess what? You guys are going to kind of start slacking off too. That's just how it happens.
Right.
So especially if you have a team under you, or even if you just are silver and you're striving to be a leader, you've got to act like a leader. Like your rank does not make you a leader. I have got silver ambassadors that are much stronger leaders than, say, gold ambassadors. Your rank doesn't make you a leader. Your actions and what you do is going to make you a leader.
That was a good quote. Your rank doesn't make you. How would you say it? Your rank doesn't.
Your rank doesn't make you a leader. Your actions.
That's right. I love that. Because I tell people that all the time, to value what everyone has to say. That just because someone's a silver and you're a ruby doesn't mean you can't learn something from that silver. So
exactly. I learn from my team. I learn from my team members every day.
Absolutely.
And I truly am, one Plexus. Like I have a level 8 today that was having some issues, and I was working with her, and she said blah blah blah. And she said thank you so much, and she said I'm like your level 6, right? And I said no, honey, you're my level 8. She said but you're still helping me. I'm like but you're still on my team. And this girl, a rock star. She'll probably watch this recording later. She has almost 5,000 PB this month. I mean, holy moly!
Oh my gosh!
Yes. And so I'm like, are you
awesome?
Yes, she's rocking it out. Anybody that needs help, I help them. That's just
absolutely.
That's what we do. But I like to tell people too, everything is not perfect. You cannot let stuff bring you down. Yes, I'm a sapphire, but guess what? I lose customers. I lose ambassadors. It's going to always happen no matter what your rank is, no matter how strong you are. And this isn't your fault. It's their fault. You're going to have customers that don't give the products time to work. I've had quite a few come back recently, and one of them said, I honestly only tried the triplex for 2 weeks and then I quit. She told me she tried it for 60 days. She said, I never even opened the rest of the products, but I'm going to start.
Oh my gosh.
So I hate to say people will lie to you, but people will lie to you. I heard one girl say she went to a friend's house that said that the friend was like, I didn't get any results. And she opened her friend's cabinet to get a cup and saw all this Plexus. And she turned around and looked at her and she's like, busted. The friend never even took it, but said it didn't work. I mean, so just know that, we all lose customers. We all lose ambassadors. But it happens, you lose some, you gain some. It's a never ending process. I'm
not supposed to cry and wallow in it for days if I
no, brush it off, bless and release, as we say.
Oh.
Bless and release.
Oh, I'm not supposed to cry and whine on Facebook?
Never. Don't go to your downline and say, I can't believe so-and-so quit. My life is over. No, you move on. I know you've all heard this. You got to work with your top 20%. The people on your team that want it and work for it, not necessarily the ones that need it. I have some close friends that need this, single moms that need this. They can barely pay the bills. They need this. But guess what? They went inactive because they never gave it a chance to work, and they never tried to work the business.
Oh my goodness.
No matter how much you want it for them, if they don't want it for themselves,
that's right.
You can't change their mindset. But Les Brown, everybody at this convention fell in love with Les Brown. He was phenomenal. And I was scribbling down his quotes as fast as he was saying them. It says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. And if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So you got to step out of your comfort zone. You've got to do what needs to be done, to make it happen. And as far as talking with new people about Plexus, one of my new emeralds posted something the other day because some of her team was saying that they were having trouble. They didn't know how to approach people. And she said she ordered, water at a restaurant. And she said, oh, water, please, because that's all I drink now. And the waitress said, well, why is that all you drink? And she's like, oh, well, let me tell you. Boom, they got in the Plexus. She lost 30 pounds. She went clothes shopping. And the girl said, can I help you? And she said, yeah. She said, I've seriously got to get a new wardrobe because school starts back. She's a teacher. And she said, and I've lost 30 pounds. And of course, the lady's like, oh my gosh, what did you do to lose 30 pounds?
Right? It's always how you say things.
You can totally introduce it into conversation.
Yep.
I've got to go shopping this week, and they're going to see this, but I've got to get some gifts for my new emeralds. And of course, I'm going to tell the sales girl, I've got some people that promoted on my team. Oh, what do you do? It's easy. to get it out there without you puking plexus, as we say.
Right.
To get other people interested. But you have to, another Les Brown thing, you have to become a no matter what person. Kind of goes along with what we said. You've got to do whatever is required. No excuse.
Right.
No excuses. Excuses can ruin you all the time. You can't let those excuses jump in there. And you do have the ability to do more.
Yes.
Ever imagine you can. But what I did is I wrote down kind of 10 actions that I think are basically important, if you want to be successful, not just in Plexus, you want to be successful, in life in general with everything that you're doing.
Right. Everybody get a pen and pencil out.
Yeah, get a pen and pencil. Here's the 10. And I got to tell you, talking about working, where I wrote down these 10 today? Parent pickup line. Parent pickup line. What are my 10 top actions? I get more done in that parent pickup line every day.
Me too. I love the parent pickup line because it's quiet and I'm in my car.
Exactly. I get a lot done. But number one, you must stay positive. No matter what, you can't let negative energy ever pull you down. You got to stay positive. You must be engaging. That means on the team pages, on your personal Facebook page. Now, I'm sure you guys know all this, but I've had people say, I've posted on Facebook and nobody's ever commenting or liking anything. You can't go on there, turn your computer on, post and walk away. Go on there, turn your computer on, post and walk away. You have to like other people's posts. You have to tell people happy birthday.
Right.
You have to engage with other people's Facebook posts, because if you don't engage with anybody else, guess what? You're going to be like, toot, 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 toot. You're going to disappear out of their news feed and nobody's going to see anything you do.
That's right.
So that's why, like a lot of the diamond ambassadors and stuff, they'll do a post and they'll get 300 likes on it. Well, guess what? They've been engaging with people for years and they're showing up in people's news feeds.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, be a team player. When you see a Plexus post from your teammates or your sidelines, go in there, like it, comment it, because whenever it does, it shows up if you're on a computer in that little sidebar that Sonia liked Shannon's post, and you may click Shannon's post to see what it is. So every little like and comment helps. So you want to be engaging, and also be engaging in your team pages, these secret groups that we have where we do our training. Because it amazes me. I have got, probably, I think there's close to 1,600 people on my team page. Mm-hmm. And rarely anything ever gets more than 100 likes. And I'm like, seriously? There should be 500, 600 on this. Right. But it shows how many people just honestly don't pay attention. I hate to put it that way. So you really got to get engaged on your team pages, because you have so much free training information, right there at your fingertips. When new ambassadors come in anywhere on my level 1 through 7, I have an email that I send them, just kind of welcome. My team's called the Plexus Success Team. Mm-hmm. It's a welcome email. I give them a lot of tips, and I tell them, go to my team page at least once a day. At least once a day. Right. Because we do suggest at least one Jewel page, because Jewels do kind of have an inside scoop. We find out stuff a little bit before you guys. And if there's a big announcement from corporate, you need to know, we're going to get it out there. And if you're not on a Jewels page, you're not going to get the information as quick. Mm-hmm. All right. So number 1, you must stay positive. Number 2, you must be, engaging and engage on the team pages. Number 3, you've got to have a DMO, a daily method of operation, and you've got to make it a habit. Right. I actually have one. I'll email it to Shannon when this is over. It's just daily success tips. And if for the people that are not that self-driven, or they just need a plan of action, this is really good. It's something that I give to my team, and I'm going to share it with you guys too if Shannon likes it. And it's, it's pretty simple. It's very simple to follow. And if you do this and make these things become a habit, it's going to be easy for you. You're going to be successful. But number 4, you must, of course, post consistently. That action is very important. Yes. But you've got to post things that people want to read. Mm-hmm. The ones that look like advertisements, hey, come buy Plexus from me. People are going to scroll right by that. But when you tell your personal testimony, something I've been doing a challenge with lately is do a Plexus post without mentioning the word Plexus. Do a good motivational image. But guess what? If they go to your Facebook page, you should have Plexus as your employer to the side. You may have a timeline image that's Plexus. There's going to be other Plexus posts, but to, motivation, weight loss. I went shopping today and got pants 3 sizes smaller. Right. But don't mention the word Plexus. So you can, but that they're thinking Plexus if they're paying attention to your page without you putting it out there. So for the people that are like, oh, I don't want to keep bugging my friends with Plexus, you can talk about Plexus without talking about Plexus. Right. So I've kind of been working with my team on, and I think it's worked out pretty well. So you must invest in yourself. That means attending events, getting on these trainings, quit watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette and get on a live Zoom, Self-development is key. Whenever I'm doing my long drives to Alabama, I've got a big team in my hometown. I listen to country music about half the time and then the other half the time I'm listening to books on CD that I put in. You know, John Maxwell, let's see, A Millionaire by Halftime, I think was the name of it. You know, I buy a lot of these on CD because I don't have a lot of time to sit around and read. But when I'm on that 9-hour road trip, I listen to the self-development, while I'm driving. So you just really, the self-development, is a key. And I had never done anything self-development ever prior to Plexus. So it's been, it's
before Plexus.
Like, I don't need that stuff. So,
self-develop. What do I need to self-develop this for?
Exactly. So that is the self-development is big. Now, number 6, you must duplicate what your successful leaders are doing. Don't go out there and try to create your own website. Don't go out there and reinvent the wheel. We have got some amazing successful leaders that are telling us what to do. I joked before and I said, if Haley's who my diamond upline, I said, if Haley had told me to go out on a street corner in a bikini with a Plexus sign and sell Plexus, I would do it because she's successful. Whatever she tells me to do, I do.
Don't ask, just do it.
Yeah, we don't talk to hear ourselves talk. We're telling you stuff that will genuinely help your business if you listen to us.
Right.
But that's where the action comes in. You can listen to it, but if it goes in one out the other, it's not going to do you any good. But if you do what we tell you to do, that's the action again. What's gonna make the difference. You must have a strong why. That goes back to, I'm going to try to make this business work. You need to go in to make it work, and you've got your reason why you're going to make it work.
Right.
So you've got to have your strong why. I don't think I've numbered these. That was actually number 7. Number 8 is you're going to have to make small sacrifices. Like I said, I was never really a TV watcher to start with. Give up 2 or 3 hours of TV that you don't need and spend that doing, trainings, listen to your training calls. You've got to, use your time wisely. As far as the small sacrifices, if you're not exercising, I listen to a lot of my trainings when I'm on the elliptical or the stairs. I call them the stairs to nowhere. When I'm at the gym working out. If you're doing, 30 minutes to an hour cardio, that's the perfect time to listen to training materials instead of just listening what's on TV. So that if you need a time for your training materials, get to the gym. Perfect time for it right there. That was number 8. You got to make those small sacrifices. Number 9 is be the type of person that you would want to be friends with. If you're negative and you're, posting drama and you've got all this bad stuff going off in your life, and then you say, oh, Plexus is wonderful, I feel great. And then the next day you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a wreck. My whole life fell apart. And then the next day, Plexus is awesome. Nobody's going to believe you.
Right.
You be, drama free. You've got to be the kind of person that you want to be, that you would want to be friends with, that you would trust. You've got to build trust amongst your friends. Therefore, don't sit there and say, I'm so healthy, I'm eating so good, and then post a big feast of food from a restaurant that you've gone to. That just makes me cringe. So don't post your food unless it's like a healthy salad or something.
Don't be posting your blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but all the block in the world ain't going to help with that blizzard if you have them 5 days a week. So, block with blizzard, not a good combination. So, so just, but when you're posting something, really think about it. Right. So, but be the type of person that you would, want to be friends with. And take some time after this call and look at your Facebook wall. Just kind of go down it. Now, I've got some that all they do is Plexus, and I look at their page and I'm like, Plexus. Oh, Plexus. Post your picture of your dog. Post a picture of your cat. Tonight we had a gorgeous sunset. I posted a picture of the sunset. You've got to, because they're going to be like, oh, it's all Plexus. You've got to keep them engaged, with your personal thing. Again,
people want to see that you're a real person.
Exactly.
Like the other day, I kid you not, I watched The Walking Dead. That's, I used to watch lots of TV, and play Candy Crush and do all those things. But I did not give up The Walking Dead, and I will not give up that show. But it's so funny because I did a post on how I was walking through Lowe's and I see tools and I'm thinking, wonder if I could use that as a walker tool to kill walkers.
Now I'm laughing because I saw that and I thought, what is she talking about? Because I didn't see that. I'm like, okay, I missed something somewhere. I'm not even going to ask. I did see, I saw it.
But people see that and I got lots of likes from people who were not ambassadors and who are not currently customers.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, and that's what you want. You want to create posts that are going to draw in people who are not customers and who are not ambassadors. Not that you don't love your ambassador peeps and your customers, but you want to draw in people you don't currently have too. And if you're only posting Plexus, they're not going to like your stuff and comment on your stuff. But if you comment on stuff that you know is going to relate to the public and your other people, they're going to like it. And then when you do post something about Plexus, it'll pop up on their feed and they'll see it. So, you know.
Exactly. When
Each
see,
person
now I
is-
know where your hammer thing came from. So I had no idea what you're talking about. I didn't see that.
It's a TV show.
I got it now. I love it. My number 10, and this is a very, very important one, is I've got it. I just wrote down a whole bunch of stuff. Encourage, congratulate, shout outs, recognize good actions. People like to be noticed, so to speak.
Yeah.
I remember, when I was first starting the business, I signed a new ambassador, and Alicia McGee sent me a Facebook message, congratulations. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Alicia sent me a message. Anytime that I get one of those you've got money emails from my level 1 through 4s, I try to send them a quick Facebook message because that's a big deal, especially when I know somebody's gotten their first ambassador, they're working towards silver. It makes me feel good to make them feel good. So that's one thing I always do. When I get that you got money email, I mark it as unread. And then next time I get on Facebook, or if I've got their phone number, I'm texting them, I'm emailing them, I'm telling them congratulations on your new ambassador.
Yeah.
Good job. I always do, shout outs on PV, usually mid-month and the end of month, especially for new ambassadors that are getting going.
Yeah.
When people do good stuff, you want to recognize them for it. When people promote, I mean, whether you know them or not, like that, comment on it. I mean, that is, and I was just telling my team the other day, I said, a silver, I was just excited the day as I went silver is the day I was when I went sapphire. Because silver to me at that moment was just as big as sapphire was. So it doesn't matter what rank somebody is just promoted to. It is a very big deal. Somebody might have gone silver in 3 weeks. It may have taken somebody a year to go silver.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes.
So, every rank advancement, no matter how big or how small, is a big deal.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that today. I was talking about that with my leaders. I was like, whenever we really need to push our teams, that when people rank up or whenever they're welcomed into the team group, like you were saying earlier, we have X amount of people in our groups. We should have 40 or 50 or 100 likes or welcomes on that person coming into the group, because the more we create that relationship feel and welcoming them to the family, the more they're going to want to get involved and be part of that too. So they need to see they're appreciated and welcomed into the family, into our Plexus family.
Exactly. But yeah, that was number 10. So that is pretty much the tips I've got for you guys tonight. But, basically, your actions, you can have everything in your head of what you're going to do, but if it never comes out of your head and happens,
right,
nothing is going to happen. So all those ideas that you've got, you've got to take action, and you've got to make them happen, and just do that consistently, and big things happen for you.
Yeah. I love it. Everything you went over is right on. Exactly. I love it.
You.
Now, there's a few questions that were somebody said, what event is on every Wednesday that I can add to my calendar? That's the opportunity call that they put out every Wednesday night. You should actually get an email from Plexus every Wednesday night. If you don't get that email, it is on the Plexus Slim Facebook page. You can go there and watch it as well. So,
and then also on the Plexus Worldwide YouTube, they put them on there
on the YouTube page. Yes. The next question is really just more of a kind of a housekeeping question. If you lose an ambassador, do you lose your rank? So do you want to answer that one, Sonia?
Yeah, I'll answer that. Now, the way that works, I guess the answer would be, now, really silver, like for every level, you have to have so many personally sponsored ambassadors. Like I'll use gold, for example. For gold, you have to have, 100 points. You have to have 3 level 1 active ambassadors, and then you have to have 15 points outside of that primary leg. So, for example, if you've got one runaway leg that's got 100 points on it, and then you've got a second ambassador that's active with 15 points, you're not going to be gold until you get that third. So that's actually a very fair thing that Plexus does. So depending on what your rank is, so like if you're gold, you need to have 3 level 1 ambassadors that are active. That means, auto qualification is on, they're at 100 PV You have to have 15 points outside of that primary leg. And then, but that's, so you don't necessarily lose your rank when you lose ambassador, but you do have to have a certain number of level 1s in order to maintain it.
Yes, in order to maintain that.
Right.
Okay. The next one is, let's see here. The next one's from my level 1. She wants to know what part of Alabama you go to do trainings.
My family, or my mom's, is still in Albertville, Alabama. It's a little bitty town northeast. I did do an event in Pelham in the Birmingham area this summer. I've got a small team there. Another one of my ambassadors went down to Auburn and did one in Auburn, Alabama, down south. So, but it's where my hometown is about an hour from Huntsville. It's kind of north, I guess, northeast, southeast, I believe it is, of Huntsville. And that's the first Emerald. Melanie Gibson just went Emerald in Albertville. So I got my first hometown Emerald up there. So we do have a strong team there. And I try to get up there about every 6 weeks or so to help them do an event. We usually have pretty big events from that little small town. It's incredible. So.
Oh, I love it. Cool. The next one is, what was number 6? Duplicate your leaders was number 6.
Yeah. Duplicate what your successful leaders do. Yes.
Yeah. Duplication. I hope you got that. Person got that one. Let's see. I'm going through all these. Okay. I have somebody saying, how much is it to get Sonia to come to another state?
Oh, you guys are so sweet. What state? What state?
She's in New Jersey.
Oh gosh, I've never even been to New Jersey. Oh, that is so funny. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sarah, you know Sarah. You met Sarah on.
Oh yeah, love Sarah. Hey Sarah.
She said, "How do you get people to come to events? How do you make it fun?"
Now, honestly, I've got to tell you, it kind of depends on your area. Like we've had events in Jacksonville that should have had 150 people there, and we had 40. And then I go to my hometown in Albertville, and we have the Chamber of Commerce room that will seat 50 people, and we have 25 people standing in the back of the room because we have got 75 people that show up at this event in this little hometown.
Right.
So what I have done personally when I'm trying to get my guests there is, I'll reach out to people and tell them I've got a little gift for them if they come, and I'll get a little goodie bag. And depending on the person, I'll put a 3-day pack of the block or the Slim Accelerator, maybe a Plexus ink pen, a catalog. So I'll make a little kind of a goodie bag for them. But a lot of times it's your excitement as well and how you approach them. And like you said, you can't just post an event and hope people show up.
Right.
That's not going to work. And even messaging or emailing somebody, they don't hear the excitement in your voice. What you do is you have to see this person face to face. You have to call them and say, hey, I'm so excited. Shannon is going to be doing an event. We have got some incredible testimonials. I know that you've been really struggling with weight and you were worried about weight loss. I really want you to come as my guest and hear these. It's only going to take an hour. And trust me, if you don't like what you hear, I'm never going to mention Plexus to you again, but I really think you need to come and see this. Right. But if you went up to her and said, hey, there's this thing. I don't know if you want to go, but it's going to be about an hour and you might like what you hear. I mean, it's all about how you say it too. Right. But then again, it is, and it's a numbers game. I mean, honestly, like we had 75 people at that event, but I think they invited 1,000.
Right.
You can't have an event and invite 10 people and think all 10 are going to show up. That's rare. The more people that you invite, the more people that are going to show up. So you do, but like I said, you've got to kind of, some people need a little incentive, give them a little goodie bag. We tend to do giveaways at events as well. We're going to be doing free raffles, and we have them, for all the guests and, all the, the higher ranked ambassadors that come. We buy some 3-day packs and some things like that. And, throughout, somebody will do a testimonial and we're like, oh, raffle. And, then it kind of breaks it up and we draw a raffle ticket. Somebody's all excited they won. And then we do a couple more testimonials. Then, okay, who wants to win a prize? Boom, we do another raffle. So by doing those door prizes, I kind of think that helps people come too, because people like free stuff. So
who doesn't love free stuff?
I like free stuff. Exactly.
I love free stuff.
Exactly.
The rest of my questions are all, and the reason they're all asking is because I have a big team in Alabama. And they're all in Mobile and Birmingham.
Okay.
So, they're all saying, they said, you need to come to Mobile. When are you coming to Birmingham? And they
You know
want to.
what? I will let you know. I don't know when I'm going to get back up there, just because we've got Maui, and then there's leaders retreat. So
That's
there's
right.
I've got two boys that play football. It's super busy. But I will definitely let you know next time I'm in the area.
I will let you guys know.
Yes, I have some in Spanish Fort Mobile. So I do have some, a couple of team members down there that I would love to go to. So
Yeah.
whenever my schedule comes down a little bit, I
Allows.
love doing events. So.
Me too. Well, maybe we can just schedule to do it at the same time. If you're going to go there, then I can fly down to Mobile, and we can
Perfect.
go together.
We'll do it. So
All right.
but we'll put it on the calendar for the.
That's right. We'll plan it.
Exactly.
All right. Oh, somebody's asking. You're on Periscope? What's your name on Periscope?
Finn with Plexus.
Finn. T-H-I-N.
Yeah, that's the Southern twang. Yeah, T-H-I-N. Yeah, Finn with Plexus.
With Plexus.
And it's just Sonya Mattey. S-O-N-Y-A. And then M-A-T-T-E-Y.
Yes, M-A-T-T-E-Y is her name, Sonya Mattey. And if you're looking for mine's Plexus Shannon. You should be able to find it just under Plexus Shannon or Shannon McCumber, my first and last name. So, and you should be able to find it. All right, I think that answers all of our questions. Sonya, we are so excited that you took the time.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Sapphire schedule.
Thank you.
To be with us and talk about attitude and action. I think it's definitely something we all need to have refresher courses on all the time. So anyways, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. It was great to talk to all you guys. I wish I could see all your faces, and y'all have a great
night. And for everybody that was on the call, thank you for making the time to be on the call, because those who show up go up. And I appreciate your time and commitment to your Plexus business to be on the training call tonight. And remember that we are in it for 360 degrees of success, and there is no room for failure. You guys have a great night, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Next week, we will not be having a training call because it is Labor Day weekend. So anyways, you guys have a great evening, and we will talk to you later. Good night.